These celebrities prove that there's no reason to fear the big 3-0. Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 female celebs who found success after 30.
Oh, I know the Dutch are famous for being a cold people, but that's no excuse for treating you like some half-price hooker in Amsterdam's famous red light district.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at various female celebrities who found major success after turning 30.
With a fair amount of tenacity, a little bit of luck, you too can embark on something that means a great deal.
These celebrities can come from a variety of entertainment fields. The only requirement is that they found worldwide fame when they were 30 or older, regardless of whether they had some mild success before then. Number 10. Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones has become a prominent comedian, serving as a performer and writer on Saturday Night Live, and portraying Patty in the Ghostbusters reboot. That being said, being a comedian wasn't always her career choice.
What?
Jones was accepted to Chapman University on a basketball scholarship and briefly considered a career as a basketball player. However, she soon discovered stand-up and became a regular at various clubs while working at UPS and Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. Jones finally hit it big when she became a featured player on SNL in 2014, and at 47, she became the oldest hire in the show's history.
I guess it's pretty gangster. Yeah.
You better believe it's gangster, you tall glass of almond milk.
Number 9. Jane Lynch. After receiving her MFA in theater from Cornell, Lynch acted in Chicago's Steppenwolf Theater Company and became a member of the improvisational comedy troupe The Second City. She worked there for over a decade before moving to California and trying her hand in movies.
American Bitch, the dog magazine for women and their dogs.
Audiences took some notice of her work in Best in Show, but it was her role in The 40-Year-Old Virgin that made her a recognizable figure. Lynch finally made the big time when she was cast in Glee, which began airing in 2009 when Lynch was 49. Despite being a successful comedian for much of her younger years, she wasn't a household name until she was nearly 50.
And you know how I feel about winning.
Number 8. Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour has served as Vogue's editor-in-chief since 1988, and her fashion sense and so-called icy personality has made her quite a famous figure throughout the years. She's even said to have inspired the character of Miranda Priestly in Lauren Weisberger's The Devil Wears Prada. Gulp. While Wintour enjoyed a successful career in fashion journalism throughout her 20s and 30s, her first issue as head of US Vogue was the November 1988 edition, the year Wintour turned 39 years old. It was under her leadership that Vogue turned itself around and became the powerhouse fashion icon it's known as today.
Fashion is very individual, it is very eclectic.
Number 7. Viola Davis. Judging by her exceptional acting performances, you'd think that Viola Davis would have had a far more successful career in the earlier stages of her life. However, that certainly wasn't the case. Davis graduated at 23 from Rhode Island College and later attended the prestigious Juilliard for 4 years. She was finally recognized for her work in the form of a Tony Award when she was 36. Davis became a household name 10 years later with her Oscar-nominated role in 2011's The Help, which premiered a few days before she turned 46. Happy birthday indeed.
You a godless woman.
Number 6. Kathryn Bigelow. Many aspiring filmmakers dream of winning the Academy Award. Some have to wait a little longer than others. Bigelow started her career in Hollywood relatively late, directing movies like Point Break and K-19 The Widowmaker when she was in her 40s and early 50s. She finally became a household name when she won the coveted Oscar for her directing work on The Hurt Locker, which was released in theaters when Bigelow was 57 years old. Since then, she's directed the acclaimed Zero Dark 30 and Detroit, proving that it's never too late to peak in your respective career. Number 5. Kathy Bates. Believe it or not, Kathy Bates is not a psychotic kidnapper and murderer. Well, you could have fooled audiences in 1990 when Bates portrayed the mentally unhinged Annie Wilkes in Stephen King's Misery.
You did it! You did it! You murdered my Misery!
While Bates enjoyed a fairly successful stage career before her appearance in Misery, it was this movie that made her a star, as critics and audiences alike couldn't get enough of her psychotic ramblings and silly phrases.
He didn't get out of the
She won both the Academy Award and the Golden Globe for her role in the movie, which was released when Bates was 42. You could say that she's been going strong ever since. Number 4. Julia Child. Julia Child was undoubtedly one of the most popular and respected chefs in the world throughout the 1960s. She's widely recognized for bringing French cuisine to America through her famous show The French Chef when she was in her 50s. Child originally served as a researcher for the Office of Strategic Services during World War II, and it wasn't until after the war that she discovered her love of French food. After studying at Le Cordon Bleu, she published the first volume of Mastering the Art of French Cooking in 1961 when she was 49 years old. Number 3. Judi Dench. While it may seem like Judi Dench has been a mainstay in Hollywood for years, her career in movies is actually a fairly recent development. Dench was a prominent member of both the National Theatre Company and the Royal Shakespeare Company in her early career, and she achieved some semblance of fame by starring in the 80s British sitcom A Fine Romance.
Have one of these. Did you cook them yourself? Yes, I did, Isabel.
However, it wasn't until she portrayed M in Goldeneye at 61 years old that she became a household name, at least in North America. While she did have a prosperous stage career throughout most of her life, she wasn't a worldwide star until reaching what's considered typical retirement age. Number 2. J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is the definition of a rags to riches story, and without her, we wouldn't have the absolute delight that is Harry Potter.
And Harry finds out that he has a certain power that sets him apart from other wizards.
By the early 1990s, Rowling was divorced, jobless, poor, depressed, and suicidal. However, her world changed forever upon the UK publication of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on June 26, 1997. This was only 1 month before her 32nd birthday. Since that time, she has happily remarried, given birth to 2 more children, and has a net worth of about $650 million in 2017 as estimated by Forbes. Now that's what we call finding success after 30. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
And you know why? I got this from Mrs. Shaw. Mrs. Epps won't even grab me no soap to clean with. I stink so much to make myself gag.
And I was eager to read about a story where racism really hurts and can destroy you.
They don't hate me. They hate what they think I did.
Number 1. Oprah Winfrey.
And welcome to the very first National Oprah Winfrey Show!
It really doesn't get much bigger than Oprah Winfrey. Winfrey had a difficult upbringing, as she claims that she was molested as a child and ran away from home when she was only 13 years old. At 14, she became pregnant and gave birth to a premature son, who died soon after. However, she eventually found success in college, and throughout the 70s and 80s, she worked as a news anchor and talk show host.
Oprah, spelled O-P-R-A-H, and if you noticed, it's Harpo spelled backwards.
However, her life changed forever in September 1986 when she was 32. That was the month that The Oprah Winfrey Show began airing, a series that helped secure her a net worth of roughly $3 billion in 2017.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.